Well, hello there guys. It's been a while since I did a little bit of a room update, and quite a bit has happened since the last one. As you guys will see, it's still a little bit of a mess. It's all just kind of coming into place. Some things still are going to be moved. Some of the stuff is set in place permanently, where this is where it's going to probably be for the rest of its life. I do like this room setup a whole lot better. Well, let's get straight into it. Alright, so to my right is a massive mess in the closet, and behind me is really nothing. So I'm just going to start halfway through. This is my new workbench. These two desktops right here are having Windows 7 installed on them as kind of render machines. They're just going to render out the videos that you guys will see. They're not going to be rendering out any videos just yet, but hopefully sometime soon I can start using these as render machines. They don't have big hard drives. The small one has a 250, this one has a 160. So, you know, they're not actually going to be pure for editing or anything like that, but they do boot Windows, they do run perfectly fine. This is how I have it set up. Get that nailed to the wall, test monitor, keyboard, desktops themselves. You just plug the power right in and go. There's my tools. As we come over here, this is a temporary location for this TV. I will go ahead and say that. It's a Samsung 42-inch plasma. It's currently what I'm gaming off of on the Xbox One. I had a recent issue where an HDMI to VGA converter decided that it was going to pump a bunch of volts back into my Xbox and into my monitor. So now the VGA port on my monitor doesn't work, and I had to send my Xbox back to, well, Microsoft to get fixed. So as we come over here, you guys will see the Xbox One. I don't really have too much of a preference between Xbox One and PS4. Just I so happen to have an Xbox One. I should be getting a PS4 pretty soon, before around Christmas. So this right monitor was what I used to play Xbox on, and the left monitor was only for PC because I couldn't do dual input to that. Now both of these are PC, and that's the Xbox. So this is my new layout. I got a new table or desk. I really don't know what to call it. It's a whole lot better. It's extremely sturdy. Don't know how well it's going to come across, but it is extremely solid. The desktop's over there. So let's go from left to right. Alright, so we have the desktop. Intel i5 3570K with two Titan X's. I moved up to these Titan X's just because they perform outstanding in render applications. Can't really get the camera over there to show you, but I'm not going to do a build log on that because I've already done a build log on the two GTX 970s that I had in here, and well, I figured they look about the same, so there's not really any sense in me doing it. Alright, so as we move down, we have, and please excuse my duct tape labeling, editing drive 1, 2, and 3. These are the drives that I just kind of dump my files on if I'm editing on the go or when I'm transferring files from an SD card. This desktop does not have an SD card reader. It has a Bluetooth adapter and headphones. These are Razer Kraken 7.1s. Phenomenal headphones, and I love them. But some people like the analog. I just like being able to plug it in digitally through the USB here. So let's keep on moving. Right here is my camera bag. I'm using my Canon EOS Rebel T5, but as you guys can see, this is a suction cup mount for the smaller Samsung camera. It gets okay video, but not nearly as good as this. Alright, so I move to my power pack. This is something that I picked up kind of recently. It's 20,000 milliamp hours. I don't know if you're going to be able to actually see it there. No autofocus on this camera, but has 2.1 and a 1 amp charging slot, so extremely good. And one thing I really did like about it was, as you can see now, that blue is reading 100, so it actually does give you a digital readout. Alright, so as we move over to the right some more, this is my Toshiba Thrive. It's a very old tablet. I love it because it's bulky. It's bulky, it's tough, and it works flawlessly. It has an SD card reader, and oh god. Let me turn this thing to manual focus real quick, because then I can use my pinky to kind of... Alright, so as you guys can see, it has a micro or a mini USB, full-size HDMI, and a full-size USB. And yes, it will recognize webcams and such. Anything that you want to plug into your desktop, you can plug into there. Alright, so we have these speakers here and right there. They're Amazon Basics. They work great for what I use them for. They're just for watching Hulu or Netflix or whatever. Behind here, you can barely see it, is the wireless router. It's just kind of sitting there because it only handles a phone and a tablet and a laptop. So we move over some more. I'm having to move around the chair here. We go to my clock, which is an old Samsung Infuse, I believe, that I used to own, but it's been flashed and turned into really just a clock. My wallet, Razer Hammerhead Pros. These are great. My G700S. This is my editing mouse. Surprisingly, this thing gets a little bit uncomfortable if you're gaming with it. That's why I use my Mad Catz Rad 3 for gaming. That I really like. I wish it was bigger because I have pretty large hands, I mean in comparison to that little tiny thing. Destiny is sitting outside the Xbox One. So if we move around, these are just in standard ViewSonic screens. So the Xbox setup is a 4TB external hard drive. This is an optical, this little piece right here, is an optical to analog converter, so that I can actually have the signal go into my desktop and into the Razer headphones if I so please, or through the speakers. It's got its flaws. It does kind of add hissing and popping, so when I'm not using it I try and turn it off. The nightstand that contains, well, there's my laptop just sitting on my bed. My Samsung Galaxy S5, my Kindle, wireless flash drive from SanDisk, actually surprisingly good. My Gear 2 Neo, which I'll try to do a review on either later today. I don't know when exactly I'm going to have the time to edit all this, or not. The Kindle's good. There's two 32 gig flash drives right over there. This one actually has a Windows 7 install on it, so that I have a portable one on the go. And it's just a SanDisk. I forgot the actual model name, but I'll try and, if I can remember it, put it down in the description. But yes, as you guys can see, things have gotten a whole lot more linear, a whole lot more usable. Now this corner is still a work in progress. I'm trying to find a table that I can stick there that the TV can go on, or I can wall mount the TV. I'm also looking at possibly, you'll have to excuse me, in the near future, getting an ultra-wide monitor to sit in the middle space here, and then the one that still has a working VGA port will go over there, and I'll just get another HDMI to VGA converter. So I'm going to do something a little bit new for my videos. I've been getting a couple of responses, private messages and such, asking what I actually look like. And only one person that has ever followed me on YouTube has actually gotten to see what I look like. Shout out to Giuseppe Gaming there. So I figured at the end of this, you guys would actually get to see what I look like. Hi there, I'm Brendan, the guy behind all this. I guess most of you that are actually watching my channel right now actually know me, but for those of you in the future, this is what I look like. I normally don't put myself on camera. I just woke up a couple minutes ago. I actually have to go to lunch in just a bit. But yes, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below. Ask me any questions that you have about my rig or setup. Any questions about anything here, I would be more than happy to answer. Whether it be how much did I pay for it, if I can remember how much, or how do I like using it every day. You know, if you guys are interested in, you know, kind of build logs on the 2 other rendering machines, I can do one of those. They're pretty much not important though, so as I've said before, guys, leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you disliked it, because then I will stop making this type of video, or you can just tell me what you didn't like about it, and hope to see you guys in the next one. So I just realized right after recording my face that the computer was not on. For those of you that were wondering how loud it is, there's 3 fans on top. One's a 140, 2 are 120s. There is an HADI cooling the entire system. I do use the push-pull system, so that's in the back. And it has 2 140mm fans in the front. And if you guys are wondering what case this is, it's a Corsair 750D. But there's the 2 140s in the front. Now 2 of these fans are not plugged into the motherboard. They're going to be loud because they're running at full speed. I have 2 versions of Windows installed on this machine, if you were wondering. So there is my boot. This is a fresh install, so I don't have anything really installed. I actually had some problems with my Windows install, so anyway guys, you guys actually get to see what it looks like running. That's about it. 2 kind of cheap Corsair fans that perform extremely well, and this is a Corsair. Everything in here is really Corsair. I don't know why, but Corsair stuff just kind of appeals to me. They're a good old brand and they've done good for me in the past. Anyway guys, as always, sorry for this like little interruption, but as always, have a great day.